Hello, good day. From wherever you're watching, this is 5 Minutes with Kenstar or Straight Talk with Kenstar. Like yesterday was very, very interesting. As I said yesterday, we talk about, the topic yesterday was like a taboo in Africa. In Africa, when you talk about homosexual or you say gay, then you should be ready for attack. And we really, really got it. But that's not a big deal. I was expecting it, and that would not stop me from talking about it. Really, in some countries, it is a crime to talk about it. In my country, it is a crime to even show support. But we keep on talking about it because it's like it's becoming an embarrassment. When there are things we have to talk about in this era of modern science, why are we going contrary to science? What has religion gave us in Africa that we are going contrary to science? So, to me, in this era, there are things that we should be talking about. We should not just ignore the debate because some people are against it. When you look at the time that most of the time when this law are made against it, it is when those politicians are becoming less popular. That's when the people in Kenya, in Uganda, in Nigeria, it was when the politicians are becoming less popular, then they will now start attacking the minority. In Gambia, that's everywhere. When politicians becomes unpopular, then they start attacking the minority. And that's the problem with homosexuals in Africa. But we come back to that. That's not the topic for today. But your attack, the comment will not stop me from talking about it. That you will not stop. You can't stop me from talking about what I say. This talk show is for me to talk, or for me to talk what I want. For me to say whatever is in my mind, and I believe that we can all benefit from the discussion. We just let it open. Yes, today topic is also very interesting. It is also not political, but we'll be looking at Gambia, the TRS in Gambia, at the later part of the talk. But for now, I'll be looking at South Africa, and we'll be talking about the killings in South Africa. And we will also be discussing the root cause of the killings in South Africa. For those that are following the news, like for some time now, this attack by South Africans on their fellow black people have been going on. This is not the first time. This is not even the second time. This thing has been happening from time to time, and government, I believe the government over there have been trying to find the root cause of this problem, and up to now it's still going on. Like I would not like to discuss the other side. We have tried to find out one side or another thing that may be bringing problem among those people in South Africa, and that is religion. Yes, religion. One thing we have to know is that religion is the number one factor, that number one thing that divides the world is religion. So religion is also one of the problems there, and we are going to talk about it. But before then, I will start from what I call the miracle challenge between South African pastors and Nigerian pastors. And in this, I would like to use pidgin English, because it is better for us to discuss this thing more in pidgin English for my Nigerian audience. See, in Nigeria, in South Africa, there's what I call the miracle challenge. We all know that, or we know say Nigerian pastors then get miracle for hand. Now we Nigerians carry church enter South Africa, especially these Pentecostal churches. Now Nigerians carry and enter South Africa. When apartheid day, we are not fit near there. But immediately apartheid finish, 9 Nigerian churches enter South Africa. Plenty, they enter from any corner, any angle, they enter South Africa. Because South Africa was overripe for religion. We all know that religion thrive or survive in an environment of chaos, in an environment where people are suffering, in an environment where there is no basic facilities, in an environment where there is poverty. That is where religion thrives. And because that was the situation in South Africa then, especially among the blacks, then religion was really, really welcome, because in religion you find solution for everything. If you are poor, you find solution in religion. If you are sick, solution they there. If you are deaf and dumb, solution they there. Anything where you do, solution they there. So South Africans really find solution in religion, and Nigeria came with it in droves. And it's like most people believe what they see on TV, and a lot of miracles from Nigerian churches have already flooded South African TV. So they believe it and they start running to Nigerian churches, all of them. Then they come, then they come, then they come, then they come. And Nigerian pastors, that was the golden era. They made a lot of money. In fact, there was a church that has a very big presence in Africa then, the Nigerian church then. When the junior brother of the pastor in Nigeria, that's the one pastor in South Africa, became so rich. So they made a lot of money in South Africa. A lot. Instead of them helping the poor people in South Africa, giving them money, they were the one reaping them, bringing the money to the head office. Now, my country, I was talking about on beg, bringing the money back to the head office in Lagos, in Nigeria, where they were reaping the South Africans of their hard-earned money. But when they are making this money, some smart guys in South Africa know that this business is very, very lucrative. Now, guy man can say, okay, guy man die, guy man burial. They can say they want to learn how to be pastors. Some come under Nigerian pastors, they learn the business. For some of them, they say that God called them, then start their own. Before you know it now, their own church man can they grow. Their church can big. Competition can start. Competition can start between Nigerian church and South African church. If you do miracle pass. So, and that's what we now call miracle challenge. Then they challenge themselves now. You will talk about 4 miracles, and I shame they catch me. Because for these 4 miracles, now South Africa win. South Africa win, and then win for these 4 miracles. Nigerian pastors, maybe now go increase in our own game. Those boys, when they learn the work from our hand, they don't want to overthrow now for the business. Believe me. Miracle challenge 1. The miracle of resurrection. Resurrection means raising of the dead. Someone that has died. For those people that don't understand the pidgin English, someone that has died, and the pastors will now pray for the person or lay hand on the person, and the person will come back to life. That's what they call the miracle of resurrection. So that's the miracle challenge 1. No, while we are growing up in Nigeria, there's a lot of miracle. People will say that my pastors in Nigeria do claim that they do raise the dead. It's just a claim. It was not sure. I've not seen anyone on TV throughout my stay in Nigeria. Then no one was done practically for us to see. But family members will sometimes come to church and say that, oh, this person died, and we now lay the handkerchief given to us by our pastor on him, and the person come to life. Someone will say, okay, I have an accident, I was taken to the mortuary, I died, there was no medical confirmation, there was nothing, just they claim that they died and they were raised by the pastor. So that's what we are used to in Nigeria when pastors say they raise the dead. It was not practical, but we keep on hearing that Nigerian pastors can raise the dead, and the pastors who are really, really selling that miracle, they can raise the dead. But mind you, there's a lot of dead bodies in the mortuaries. The accident do claim a lot of, people who died, a lot of people who died in Nigeria, and they are not being raised. But those that are very, very lucky, when they die, Nigerian pastors do raise them, although we don't see it, but they do raise them. Now, my South Africa pastors, they now increase that miracle and make it better. Now, in South Africa, as I'm talking to you, dead bodies that have died, and people that are corpse in the mortuary are being brought to church, and the pastors on TV, the pastor will touch the dead body, and the dead body will stand up. Yes, South Africa win. Nigeria pastors are still they sleep. South Africa don't win now for that one. South Africa don't win. Body they come church, dead body, when they don't do that coffin for mutual, they don't package them and go bury. Now they can say, no, maybe we branch Papa place for church. And the pastor on TV, body will stand up. In fact, the guy so say he don't tell when die, because when he first wake up, he dey hungry. You know, person die 3 days, so he don't eat food. Even when he wake up, the hunger still go in body. So when the guy wake up, now food he first ask for. Say they hungry, when they give him food he eat. Miracle Challenge 1. South Africa 1-0. Miracle Challenge 2. Oh boy. Nigerian pastor and still asleep. Miracle Challenge 2. Now, fruit of the womb. For my other audience at Nigeria, when we say fruit of the womb, mean that women pray that they should get pregnant. That they want to get pregnant. They go to church and pray that God should give them, they want to get pregnant. Nigerian pastors, what they normally do is that they can lay hand on the stomach of the woman, pray for her that she'll be pregnant, and later the woman may come back after 1 year and say, oh, testimony time, and pastor, pray for me that I'll be pregnant, and now I'm pregnant, and now I have a child, and this and that. Oh, yes, we do see that in Nigeria. That's miracle. Fine. You see, for South Africa pastors, they have really increased it also. Nigerian pastors, now they sleep. Now they fall my hand, oh, now they really fall my hand. Now they sleep. Now they sleep, now they fall my hand. Those boys who not teach work, come one better person now. Now just they make sure they catch me. Now, you know what the South African pastor did was that, a South African pastor, for his own. He will pray for the manhood of the man. Then he will pray for the engine room of the lady. He will ask them to touch physically. In fact, one asked them to bring their pant to church or start waving their pant. But this one that really interests me, that this guy prayed for the manhood of the man, for the engine room of the woman. In the front of his camera queue, he now asked the husband and the wife to start having sex while he's watching them, so that he will be able to anoint the sperm when the sperm comes out from the man and is flowing to the woman, so that the child will be a blessed child. That's one a direct confirmation, though. Say, picking they come. Africa, in this era of advanced medical science, we are still talking of infertile. When man don't they get belly, you don't need womb to get belly again. Man, they get belly. Man, they get belly. In this advanced medical science, they are still deceiving you guys over there that you need this, you need that to be pregnant. But South African pastor, they don't wait for that one again, no. 2-0. The third miracle challenge, the one will vex me pass. When we are in Nigeria, Nigerian pastors do talk to God. Not directly, indirectly. Some will say they dream. Some will say God talk to them. Some will say God say this to them. Some of them even do give prophecy of what God said will happen. Although let's say guesswork, because they enter. And I believe say God know they lie. Most of it know they enter. In fact, once saying Clinton go win America election and Clinton lose, then he changed the testimony again. He changed the prophecy. Say God talk. Say now this one. So they give even one. There one way he says Saraki will be president the last time. Saraki not come be president now. He says Saraki lock go rob for Atiku. Atiku go be president. Atiku local be president. Atiku local be president now. So I don't know the thing when they want go talk again. No, I don't know. I don't tire. I don't know. Those people are really go go there. I don't know the thing when they want go talk again now. I think they will make it talk another one. But he never talk because this Saraki will be president. Saraki fail. He said that God told him that Saraki lock will rob Atiku. Atiku fail. Oh no, that one I will take like. That's why I don't support Buhari. But as God showed him, I say that you they talk for yourself by a man. No, then God said that. So I'm still waiting for his next line now for that because I'm trying that is prophecy. So I'm still waiting for his turn line. So let's go back to God talking to Nigerian pastors. Miracle challenge number 3. So Nigerian pastors claim that God do talk to them. God do talk to them, that they do communicate with God. 9 South African pastors taken from there. Now one Zimbabwe, in fact, this one one Zimbabwe pastor, but him in South Africa in Asia. The guy get God telephone number. Or long, I swear. When you go this guy place, say you get a problem, you go say, what will be your problem? You tell her, you go just carry a mobile phone, call God number, talk to God. God will, one of your picking day here, from there, God will give him a solution. Then he will tell you the solution what he will give him. Direct, he with God will talk, he will see her. for TV. No be this one, no be this one, no be bago. Nigerian pastor they hide, they do have. This one direct. So you see, that's why that's why I give it 3. So it's now 5-0. Now I don't disgrace me. That's why I give South African pastor 3 for that one. Eh? Well, now they sleep. What do we do now? Now they sleep. Eh? Una they sleep, oh, Nigerian pastor. What do we do now? When I want to sleep. So before we talk this thing, the last miracle challenge we I will talk for today. And that one I be the one we Nigerian like pass. Miracle of prosperity. Say God will give you money. In Nigeria, yes, for those of you that are watching me outside Nigeria, like this in Nigeria, most of the Pentecostal churches there are just there to pray for people to have money. Prosperity church. Because people are poor, so they know that they can easily use that to entice people. So everything is centered on that you are going to be rich, you are going to be rich, you are going to be rich. So, and that's why a lot of people do go to the churches because they want to be rich, because everybody wants to be rich. Although they don't want to work, like, not that they don't want to work, actually the job is not there, but and because of that they are frustrated and they want to be rich, they want to be able to take care of their family. So the church now promising that you can be rich when you come to the church. When you pray, when you do this, you can be rich. So all of them are going to the church because they want to be rich. So now, they want to be rich. They will go to the church. Even the few money in their pocket, they have to give it to the church again. And the word will never come. The word will never come. You will see people that started churches with a pastor. The pastor will now be riding a Rolls Royce, and the man will still be wearing the same shoe that he started church with. Then they will say God is not blessing him because his faith is not strong enough. Let's leave that. We are now on the miracle of prosperity. So in Nigerian churches, pastors do claim that they can pray for you and you will have money. They will pray for you, pray. You will have money. Mind you, pray for you, or you can sow seed, or you can pay your tithe and you will have money and all those things. That's Nigerian pastor. My South African pastor don't go far. They don't go far. In South Africa now, when you go to church, say you poor, you meet your pastor. Pastor, they vomit dollars, pounds sterling. He go vomit them practically. He go give the church member. They vomit them for them. God, they put dollar for pastor Bele for South Africa. South Africa pastor, they vomit them. Nigerian pastor, we are on a day. We are on a day. Why not let those small pastors we learn work for the hard? They see what that boys will learn this. We learn this job for hand. Can't they deceive una? Can't they defeat una anyhow now? Una did not even vomit money. South African pastor, they vomit money. They vomit dollar. They vomit pound sterling. They vomit them. They give their members. And that also make members not good here. Eh? So you see, actually that's the miracle challenge. And it's because, when there's competition in business, then a lot of things start coming to the business. Those competitive business start looking for ways to beat the other company. And that's exactly what is happening. But there's one interesting thing here. Despite all these advanced miracles by South African pastors, South Africans themselves still prefer to go to Nigerian churches, and that is the beginning of the tension. Like from my source, South African pastors directly do tell their members to drive the Nigerians away. Because when South Africans attack people, I ask, why do they attack Nigerians? One, most Nigerians in South Africa do not work for people. They own their own businesses. Those that work for people are highly qualified people, like medical doctors, professors, and the rest. The remaining ones, most of them, like most of the Igbos that I know in South Africa, they own their business. They even employ South Africans. They don't work for people. They own their business. So if they want to attack those that are taking their job, maybe the Zimbabweans, but not Nigerians. But they still attack Nigerians. Okay, maybe because they say Nigerians are taking their women. That one I don't blame my brothers. Take care of your women. It is so anywhere. It is anywhere. When you go to Gambia, Nigeria taking their women. You go to Kenya, Nigerians are taking their women. You go to where Even Zimbabwe, you go to South Africa, they say Nigerians at Ghana, they say Nigerians are taking their women. What is where Nigerians? Wait till we get. Wait till we get where we say like we they take una woman. Eh? You guys should take care of your women. Yeah, like I'm a living witness. Some of you don't take care of your women. You treat women as slaves. You see, like let me tell you something about the Igbos. Like you see, uh, like in South Africa, they keep on lodging complaints against the Igbos that the Igbos are taking their women. Let me tell you something about the Igbos. You see, an average Igbo man, and I know Igbos very well, an average Igbo man, they use their women to display their wealth. You can see a very rich Igbo man going about with short nika doing his business. A very wealthy Igbo man going about with short nika doing his business. But whenever his wife appears at the meeting, the way the wife will dress alone, you know that the husband is wealthy. Igbos take care of their women, and not only their women, and they take care of their wife. So South Africa's ladies are not blind. When South Africa's ladies are following Igbo guys, it's because they're taking care of them. Of course, South African men don't know how to take care of women. They don't know how to take care of women. That's quite, they don't know it. They don't even know it at all. So you just can't start to compare. So when I start asking, why are they attacking Nigerians? Later, I start getting this information that it may be because of religion. Nigerians are the one dominating that sector in South Africa. And because of that, some South African pastors are instigating. I'm not saying no, I'm not there, but that's the information I got. Maybe it will help those people investigating, they are looking for the source of the crisis. That those South African pastors are directly instigating their members that they should attack Nigeria so Nigeria will leave their country so that now there will be no competition again, because the moment those customers, yes, they are customers, those church members going to Nigerian churches, if the Nigerians left and there is no church for them again, they will have to come back to the South African churches and start buying their products, yes, buying their miracles. Because despite all this, their advanced miracle, advanced polishing of miracles, most South African are not buying it from them. They still prefer to go to Nigerian churches. And because the Nigerian churches have a lot of packaging and they have money, because the headquarters in Nigeria is a multi-million dollar business in Nigeria, and the head office keep on providing them with the money to repackage and package, to repackage and package. And you see, business is packaging. And because they can package the business very well, so it's that their own brand is still more attractive to South Africans than the South African brand, and that's the problem there. So maybe that's one of the cost of the crisis. So maybe the authorities should look at it and try maybe look for a way to kind of control this miracle or this and the rest like that. It's like you try to a kind of maybe they can look into it and see maybe they can come up with a solution. That's just all about the South African issue for now. Maybe next time we'll talk about it again. Now on Gambia, I say I'm going to be brief about the Gambia because I've been getting a kind of response from people in the Gambia that you don't disturb us in the Gambia. Are you a Gambian? You this and that and that. Well, maybe you don't know. I'm a Gambian. I'm a Nigerian. I'm an African. So, I'm a Gambia. Yeah. There's nothing about that. I have a picture in the Gambia. I can't leave the Gambia alone. Look, my child is a Gambian. My child holds the Gambia passport. My child don't speak any Nigerian languages. My child speak the Gambian languages fluently. So I'm a Gambian. My future is there. So I can't leave the Gambia alone. We not open our eye and allow someone or any group to destroy the Gambia. We fight for it. All my productive life, almost all my productive life in the Gambia, I've invested more than 20 years of my life in the Gambia. So why are you telling me I'm not a Gambian? The lives that I've touched in the Gambia, if you want to count the number of people that have touched the life that I have touched in the Gambia, then I think you still count them on your fingertips. You can't tell me I'm not a Gambian. So I keep on talking about the Gambia. I will come to the Gambia anytime I want. So you can't say you can't do anything to me in the Gambia. You can't threaten me not to come to the Gambia. Because I criticize the government or because I talk about the TRRCB or because I will criticize anyone, even when Ajami was there, openly I do criticize Ajami. And I've never been threatened. And I'm very, if you look at my Facebook page, you will know that I'm very close to a lot of people that work directly with Jami. So you don't threaten me. And those people never for one day try to caution me. Even when they were in that situation, I think the only person I contacted them was I sent a private message to someone I was very close there that hope everything's okay. He said, Mr. Brother, everything is fine. And he knew that I was slightly criticizing where he is. And he never in any way tried to stop me. Even not today, we did not talk about it for one day. So why are you not telling me that, are you a Gambian? Are you a Gambian? You asking me, you know yourself, are you a Gambian? When did you become a Gambian? 100 years ago? When did the father become a Gambian? 200 years ago? Let's leave that. I come to the TRRC, I will still stand on my point. The way you are treating those you call witnesses is not good. Now, my problem with this is the lead counsel far before, but now I see that the deputy lead counsel, that lady, is now in a popularity contest with the lead counsel. They are now in a kind of popularity contest now. Why do you have to tell someone that is lying when they say that? He's now asking that, oh, you be truthful. When you talk about your own side of the story, the way you have been trying to talk about the other side of the story, do you know the truth? You don't know the truth, for God's sake. It's just that you believe what some people told you and you say that is the truth, but you don't know the truth. When those guys come, please, you guys should allow them to state their case and leave. Now, the commissioners now are even now taking your own side. Because one commissioner was asking in Jai Ponka yesterday that he was in the same area. I was in the same area with you, and you said there was no telephone something there, and then I have access to telephone. Why won't you have access to telephone? Why I have access to telephone? I think you guys, maybe you are not properly briefed about the legal implications of what you are doing. And I stand on my point. Maybe we should start raising money for those guys. They need the service of a lawyer. If you bring them there because you want to prosecute them and pass judgment, fine. We're not against that. But let them have access to a lawyer and legal services. Let the lawyers take their brief. Let them also, you see, even in democracy, even if you're a murderer, you still have your right. And those guys are not murderers. Those guys are guys that have never killed on their own before. They were ordered to do this thing by officers that were in control of the power of the state. I still keep on saying it. And I have thrown that challenge to all the commissioners, to all of you, the council, the commissioners, that if you are those guys, if you are in their position on that day, and either Singate or Sabali or Aidara ordered you to kill that day, will you turn to those guys and say you will not kill? So if you want to prosecute them for what happened then, fine. But all at the same time, let them have access to lawyers that will come there and defend them, because now this commission is now a court. It is now a court. This is now a court. And you are prosecuting those guys. So now, let them have access to lawyers that will defend them. That is my point. The moment they have access to lawyers that will defend them, because the commissioners now, most of them, the council is now helping them to make up their mind. Right now, I can sit down and write the recommendation of the commissioners, because we all know what they're going to say, because their mind have been polluted by the council with their questions. And you are talking to guys that are barely literate. Talk less of understanding your legal terms. This is not fair. It's not fair. I keep on talking about it. It's not fair. And Dr. Jallo is there watching this. This week, I'm very sure, Dr. Jallo, this will catch up with you tomorrow. What is happening there is not fair. If you are not in control, then you can come and say, I'm not in control of what is going on here. But it's not fair. They said it's a commission to find out the truth, and the only no truth is coming out of this place, and the only thing that we are seeing here is people being prosecuted unfairly. That is my point, and I stand on that. Thank you. This is Straight Talk with Kenstar. No longer 5 minutes with Kenstar. Sorry, this is now Straight Talk with Kenstar. As I told you, we'll be coming to you tomorrow again with another topic. But for now, let's take it out. Bye for now.